Have you ever wondered how millions of Christmas trees manage to appear right on time for every holiday season, sparkling brightly in our homes? This isn't just a tale of nature's good fortune. It's a complex symphony blending age-old traditions with cutting-edge technological advancements. We're talking about a colossal industrialized agricultural process where each tree is meticulously cared for, from a tiny seed to its helicopter transport, ready to become the centerpiece of the festive season. Before we dive into the high-tech journey of the modern Christmas tree, let's take a step back to where it all began: the Christmas tree tradition. Originating in 16th century Germany, Christian devotees started bringing decorated trees into their homes. These trees were adorned with shimmering candles, plump fruits, and countless ornaments, serving as a vibrant symbol of hope and light during the harshest winter months. As German immigrants arrived in North America in the 19th century, they brought this unique cultural practice with them, and quickly it spread, becoming a global phenomenon. Today, while millions of families worldwide still cherish this tradition, perhaps very few truly grasp the intricate effort hidden behind the cultivation of each individual tree. So, precisely where does a Christmas tree begin its life? Let's visit the nursery. Every Christmas tree, before becoming the focal point of all eyes, starts as a minuscule seed, germinated in a carefully controlled nursery environment, meticulously managed down to the smallest detail. Farmers, with the keen eye of an expert, will meticulously select the highest quality seeds from superior varieties like Douglas fir, Fraser fir, or Noble fir. Each type possesses distinct characteristics, from their resilience and vibrant green hues to their sturdy branches, perfectly suited for hanging countless glittering ornaments. Throughout their first 2 to 3 years of life, these delicate seedlings are carefully nurtured in modern greenhouses, strictly protected from harsh weather and the threats of pests and diseases. With precise irrigation systems, optimized light exposure, and nutrient-rich soil, they gradually grow into healthy, vigorous young trees, ready for their next crucial transformation, venturing out into the vast open fields under the sky. Once ready, these young trees are carefully transplanted into the open fields, meticulously grafted, as if each tree has a predetermined spot. Farmers arrange them equidistant, ensuring that every tiny sapling receives ample sunlight, nutrients, and space to flourish. This is a slow, yet incredibly steady, growth journey. It takes a diligent 7 to 10 years for a Christmas tree to fully mature. Throughout all that time, the farmers are more than just planters. They become devoted caregivers, watching over every branch, every glistening needle, detecting even the slightest sign of disease. However, few know a fascinating truth. Christmas trees do not naturally grow into their iconic conical shape. It is, in fact, the skilled farmers who employ clever shaping and pruning techniques, carefully guiding the tree's growth, removing excess branches, and molding it into a perfect form down to the last centimeter. This is truly a delicate fusion of art and science, a graceful dance between human hands and the laws of nature. But the most miraculous, and simultaneously the most intense, moment lies hidden in the harvesting process, a relentless race against time. Imagine a vast, sprawling fir field bathed in the late autumn sun. Everything seems quiet, but beneath that serene exterior lies an unseen battle against time. An unexpected frost can spell disaster, turning the dream of harvest into a nightmare. Or, if delayed too long, the tree's freshness and vibrant green color will significantly diminish, directly impacting its market value and the consumer's joy. That's why modern agriculture, especially in specialized crops like Christmas trees, leaves no room for error. A single misstep in choosing the harvest timing can lead to economic losses of millions of dollars for a large-scale farm. This isn't a distant threat, it's a reality proven by history. Many farmers have faced the devastating scenario of losing an entire season's crop simply because they couldn't react quickly enough to unpredictable climate changes. In the face of Black Friday market pressure and surging holiday demand, a failure in the harvest phase is not just a personal loss, but impacts the entire supply chain, from retailers to the end consumer. The feeling of helplessness when years of hard work vanish in an instant is truly dreadful. Farmers can no longer accept this risk. They need a solution, a revolutionary approach to control their destiny, to transform challenges into opportunities, and to ensure that every Christmas tree, after years of dedicated care, is harvested at the peak of its perfection. The Christmas tree harvest season is always a high-octane, adrenaline-fueled race. Timing is everything. Diligent farmers await the first frost, the precise moment when the icy chill will lock in the tree's pristine freshness and vibrant green hue. This colossal undertaking typically kicks off in late October and stretches throughout November, perfectly timed to meet the enormous demand surge of Black Friday. This is the stage where modern technology truly shines, transforming vast fir fields into a meticulously efficient operation. Specialized tree harvesting machines, often massive pieces of equipment guided by absolute precision GPS systems, glide rhythmically through each row of trees. Each machine can cut and bundle hundreds of trees in just 1 hour, a pace that human labor could never match. Consider the comparison. A skilled worker might take 5 to 10 minutes to fell a single tree, but now, technology has slashed that time to mere seconds. However, the real challenge isn't in cutting the trees, but in moving them. Many fir fields are located on steep, rugged terrain, or in areas difficult to access by conventional roads. Hauling heavy tree trunks through muddy paths or complex landscapes doesn't just risk damaging the trees, it severely delays the entire process. And this is precisely when aviation technology demonstrates its superior power. Helicopters, surprisingly, play a critically important role here, airlifting freshly cut trees from the fields to central staging points at breakneck speed. This is a refined application of aerial logging techniques, specially adapted for Christmas tree harvesting. A specialized helicopter, often a powerful, heavy-lift helicopter like the Cayman K-Max or Bell 205, is capable of transporting a massive volume, up to 30,000 trees per day. Close your eyes and visualize this scene. A colossal helicopter roaring, hovering in mid-air, a long cable gently descending from its belly. Below, agile workers swiftly hook the cable onto pre-prepared bundles of fir trees. In less than a minute, the multi-ton bundle is hoisted skyward, and the helicopter streaks away, taking them directly to the staging area. There, the bundles are gently set down, ready for the next stage, without a single scratch. This high-tech harvesting method not only minimizes any damage to the fir trees, but also ensures they reach consumers in the most pristine, perfect condition. This is critically important for the freshness window, the golden period during which the tree retains its optimal freshness and vibrant green color. If the transportation process is prolonged, the tree can dry out, shed its needles prematurely, and lose its inherent beauty, leading to significant customer disappointment. Furthermore, utilizing helicopters solves complex logistical challenges that are otherwise unimaginable. During peak season, farms may need to harvest hundreds of thousands of trees in just a few short weeks. Relying solely on trucks or other traditional vehicles would inevitably overload the farm's internal road systems, causing severe congestion and delays. Helicopters overcome all terrain and infrastructure barriers, creating a continuous, uninterrupted, and maximally efficient transport flow. Yet, before these trees embark on their journey to glittering stores, they must undergo an incredibly meticulous preparation process at modern processing centers. Here, each Christmas tree will experience a spectacular transformation, from a tree just cut from the ground to a finished product ready to conquer the market. The first step is netting. Each tree is carefully wrapped in a special net, which neatly bundles its branches, significantly reduces its size, and protects it from any damage that might occur during transit. Automated netting machines operate at astonishing speed, completing each tree in just a few seconds. This not only optimizes precious space on trucks, but also makes handling easier for workers during loading and unloading. Next is the thorough washing stage. The fir trees are passed through a powerful high-pressure water system, vigorously rinsing away all dirt, hidden insects, and debris clinging to their branches. The water used is typically purified, sometimes supplemented with mild sanitizing solutions, ensuring the tree is absolutely pristine before packaging. This process not only enhances natural aesthetics, but also extends the tree's freshness. Following that is the final pruning and shaping stage. Although initially pruned in the field, at the processing center, skilled workers perform the final adjustments. With their expert eyes and years of trained skill, they inspect each tree, meticulously trimming excess branches, adjusting its form to ensure every fir tree meets the picture-perfect standard the market demands. This is a delicate blend, a graceful dance between human dexterity and the tireless efficiency of machinery. Finally, the labeling stage is indispensable. Each tree is affixed with a tag containing full traceability details. This information includes the tree type, precise dimensions, harvest date, and even the specific farm where it was cultivated. This not only helps consumers know exactly where their tree comes from, but is also an essential part of the modern supply chain and cold chain system. Farms use barcode or RFID technology to track every tree, thereby optimizing transportation and inventory management in an unprecedented way. Once all these stages are complete, the proud fir trees are loaded onto trucks and begin their journey to retailers across the country, and even internationally. This is when the just-in-time delivery strategy demonstrates its absolute effectiveness. Trees are transported in the exact quantities and at the precise times retailers need them, minimizing warehousing costs and ensuring that customers always receive the freshest possible trees. Transport trucks are often equipped with advanced temperature control systems to maintain the cold chain, keeping the trees at optimal temperatures, preventing unwanted dehydration and wilting. However, the journey of these trees does not end there. A crucial point to emphasize is that the Christmas tree industry today operates within a strict sustainable cycle. For every tree harvested, another is immediately planted in its place. This is a core part of a high replant ratio commitment, a promise that natural resources are not only not depleted, but also maintained and allowed to flourish. Notably, some farms even open their doors to families to visit, personally choose their favorite tree, and experience the feeling of cutting it themselves, creating beautiful, lasting memories. This is an excellent example of how modern agriculture not only focuses on optimizing production, but also expertly connects with communities and deeply ingrained traditional values. And then, when the festive season concludes, these Christmas trees are far from forgotten. They are often entered into a scientific recycling process. Numerous recycling trees programs are widely implemented, intelligently transforming used fir trees into nutrient-rich mulch for parks and gardens, valuable organic compost, or even used in habitat restoration projects, creating new safe environments for fish and other aquatic species. This completes a closed-loop cycle where everything is utilized to its fullest potential, nothing is wasted, and the environment directly benefits from the responsible development of this industry. Let's explore another, less known aspect of industrialized agriculture: crop risk management using remote sensing and artificial intelligence. In an increasingly unpredictable climate, predicting and responding to threats like pests, droughts, or floods has become a top priority. Modern farms no longer rely solely on experience, but leverage massive amounts of data. Satellite systems and unmanned aerial vehicles equipped with multispectral sensors fly over fir fields, collecting terabytes of data daily. These sensors can detect subtle changes in leaf color, soil surface temperature, or moisture levels, early indicators of disease or water stress. This data is then transmitted to analysis centers, where artificial intelligence, AI algorithms, process it and issue alerts. For example, If a small area of the fir farm begins to show signs of a fungal disease, AI can pinpoint the exact location and extent of the spread within hours, rather than days or weeks, as with manual inspection. This allows farmers to react immediately, using precision agriculture to spray fungicides only on the affected area, rather than treating the entire field. This not only saves on pesticide costs, but also minimizes environmental impact. Another example is drought management. Instead of fixed schedule irrigation, farms now use smart irrigation systems based on soil moisture data and AI-driven weather forecasts. Moisture sensors are placed deep underground, continuously sending data to a central control. When AI detects an area with suboptimal moisture levels, the automated irrigation system activates, supplying only the necessary amount of water to that specific zone. This saves millions of liters of water each growing season, a huge benefit in the context of increasingly scarce water resources. Beyond prediction and prevention, technology also helps optimize yields. By analyzing data on soil quality, sunlight, and microclimate factors, AI can recommend the most suitable fir tree variety for each specific area of the farm. This might include selecting drought-tolerant varieties for arid zones or faster-growing varieties for areas with abundant sunlight. This technology isn't just applied to Christmas trees, but to many other crops in American farming and modern farming. From monitoring the health of corn crops in vast Iowa fields to overseeing fruit orchards in California, artificial intelligence and remote sensing are transforming how we think about agriculture. It transforms farmers from experienced laborers into data managers, using information to make strategic decisions, optimizing every aspect of the production cycle. This creates a virtuous cycle, a positive feedback loop. Technology helps increase yields, reduce costs, and minimize environmental impact. This not only brings economic benefits to farmers, but also contributes to global food security and the protection of our planet. Industrialized agriculture, when executed responsibly and with the support of high technology, is not just a production machine, but an intelligent, adaptive, and sustainable system. So, the next time you stand before your magnificent Christmas tree, take a moment to remember the extraordinary journey it has undertaken. From a tiny seed in a nursery, carefully nurtured through the years, to a central symbol of your holiday celebration. Behind that glittering beauty are thousands of hours of relentless labor, millions of dollars invested in advanced technology, and the tireless dedication of farmers who have made this magic a reality. Try to imagine the immense pressure these farmers face. Market demand skyrockets in the final months of the year, especially during Black Friday, requiring a massive quantity of trees to be harvested and distributed within an incredibly tight time frame. Without modern farming technology and agriculture engineering, meeting this colossal holiday supply would surely be an impossible task. Furthermore, ponder the complexity of a supply chain for Christmas trees. It's not merely about cutting a tree and loading it onto a truck. It demands the continuous maintenance of a cold chain, from the verdant fields all the way to the retail point, ensuring the tree never loses its freshness or wilts during transit. Every stage must be rigorously controlled down to the smallest detail to preserve product quality. Because a high-quality Christmas tree not only boasts a beautiful shape, but also must possess lush green needles that don't prematurely drop, carrying that characteristic resinous scent. And when the festive season concludes, the story of the Christmas tree is far from over. Recycling trees programs are becoming increasingly popular and meaningful. Instead of simply discarding them, these trees are intelligently collected and recycled, transforming into valuable organic mulch for parks and gardens, rich compost, or even utilized in habitat restoration projects, where they are placed in ponds and lakes to create safe havens for fish and other aquatic creatures. This demonstrates a closed-loop cycle, where every resource is utilized most effectively, waste is minimized, and our environment directly benefits from the responsible development of this industry. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the scale and sophistication of this agricultural industry, you are certainly not alone. It is truly a powerful testament to humanity's continuous innovation in harnessing natural resources efficiently and sustainably. Every Christmas tree you gaze upon is more than just an ornament. It is a moving story of technology, of people, and of unwavering perseverance. Have you ever wondered what would happen without these extraordinary technological advancements? Perhaps we would never have enough Christmas trees to meet the enormous holiday demand. Or their prices would skyrocket to a point where not everyone could afford one. Industrialized agriculture, when implemented correctly, not only provides us with high-quality products, but also ensures their availability and affordability for everyone. Take a moment to reflect on these surprising facts. Did you know that some of the largest Christmas tree farms in the US have invested millions of dollars in precision irrigation and remote sensing systems to thoroughly optimize water and fertilizer use? Or that they are using genetically selected seedlings, carefully chosen seedlings designed to resist pests better and grow much faster? These are not just isolated techniques. This is a perfectly integrated system where every component works in harmony, seamlessly interlocking with one another. The feeling of enjoying the festive atmosphere with a fresh, vibrant Christmas tree, infused with its characteristic pine scent, is an indispensable part of every cozy holiday. And behind that magical feeling is a grand story of relentless effort, of talented agricultural engineers, passionate scientists, and devoted farmers who have dedicated their lives to making it a reality. Therefore, the next time you choose a Christmas tree, or when you admire it sparkling in your living room, olives thrive best in a Mediterranean climate. Mild winters, hot, dry summers, moderate rainfall, and low humidity. Before any young tree is put into the ground, the farm must conduct a thorough soil survey. This is a foundational step, as olive roots are sensitive to moisture and require well-aerated, non-waterlogged ground. On industrial farms, soil preparation is no longer dependent on shovels and hoes. Everything is done using tractors, tillers, and GPS-guided land levelers. The standard plowing depth is between 8 to 12 inches, enough to break up compacted soil, improve drainage, and allow roots to anchor deeply. Modern plows don't just flip the dirt. They integrate sensor systems that measure soil moisture and density. After just one pass around the field, the central display shows color-coded zones. Areas that are loose, those that are compacted, sections needing lime, or spots deficient in potassium or organic matter. This data determines the initial fertilization, establishing a uniform growth base for the entire grove. Once the ground is prepped, the next step is laying out the planting lines. On large-scale farms, planters equipped with GPS systems run perfectly parallel for hundreds of yards. The maximum permissible deviation is only a couple of inches. This is crucial, as planting density directly affects harvest yield, light exposure, and the operational efficiency of the future harvesting machines. Each sapling is planted 5 to 7 feet apart, depending on the varietal and model. Some groves use high-density or super high-density systems, with spacing of 2.54 feet to accommodate harvesters that run continuously through the rows. This system allows for much faster harvesting than traditional farms. Immediately after planting, each young tree is secured to a stake for support against strong winds and to direct trunk growth. From here, the tree's lifelong journey begins. Olive trees don't yield fruit right away. From planting to the start of commercial harvest typically takes 3 to 5 years. But this very stage largely determines the tree's health and productivity for the next few decades. In the first 12 months, the root system develops most vigorously. Therefore, the drip irrigation system is central to the entire process. Drip lines are installed close to the base, automatically controlled by the hour. Soil moisture sensors continuously send data to the control center. If an area is too dry, the system self-activates. Not just water, but nutrition is also supplied through a fertigation system, dissolving and delivering fertilizer through the water stream. This technology ensures young trees absorb nutrients evenly, minimizes waste, and controls weeds. By the second year, the trees begin canopy training. Industrial olives are usually shaped with one main trunk and 3 to 4 main scaffold branches. Maintaining the correct canopy structure allows light to penetrate the center of the tree, controls pests, and optimizes the shaking efficiency during mechanical harvesting. Pruning arms mounted on specialized vehicles run along the tree rows, processing hundreds of trees per hour. This is a major difference between traditional and industrial models. Pruning no longer relies on workers climbing ladders with hand shears. By the third year, the tree begins to flower in early spring. However, the first batch of fruit is often not high-yielding, mainly allowing the tree to adapt to the climate and soil. The 8th to 10th year marks the tree's prime, where it develops stable growth and consistent fruit production. Long-established farms have trees that are decades, even hundreds of years old. In some Mediterranean regions, there are trees claimed to have lived over 1,000 years and still bearing fruit. This shows that the olive is one of the world's longest-living cultivated trees, and this heavily influences long-term farming strategy. When harvest season arrives, the entire olive grove shifts into a completely different rhythm. Temperatures drop, the fruit changes from green to purple, and the farm enters the most critical phase of the year. The leisurely pace of summer is gone. This is the moment when technology must prove its worth. In densely planted groves, where rows of trees are perfectly aligned like endless corridors, one machine makes its first appearance: the comb harvester. Instead of skilled hands picking each fruit, rows of vibrating combs reach into the canopy at a steady speed. These strips move rhythmically, creating vibrations strong enough to detach ripe fruit, but gentle enough on the branches and leaves. As the machine runs through the 2 rows, you can hear the crisp sound of fruit hitting the collection hopper, a sound announcing the harvest is being brought in. All the fruit falls onto a collection system near the base of the machine, then is transferred to a holding bin via a conveyor belt. This continuous movement makes the entire field feel like a gigantic, seamless assembly line, unmatched by human labor. Thanks to this mechanism, one machine can harvest the equivalent amount of fruit that dozens of workers could manage in a single day. In sparser groves, where trees are larger and canopies wider, a different machine takes the lead: the trunk shakers. From a distance, they resemble large robotic arms, moving slowly but surely between the rows. As they approach each tree, Hydraulic clamps gently grip the trunk, then transmit a precisely timed sequence of vibrations. In just a few seconds, olives start falling like a light rain, scattering onto tarps that have been opened beforehand. This process requires careful calculation. If shaken too hard, young branches will break. If too light, the fruit won't fall off completely. But when correctly adjusted, the machine becomes a perfect tool. It harvests quickly while minimizing damage to the tree, a crucial factor for a species with a lifespan of centuries. Whether the fruit is harvested by comb or shaker, the common denominator is speed. Olives, once they leave the branch, begin to degrade in quality very quickly. Therefore, the entire farm must operate as a seamless ecosystem. The harvester leads, the transport vehicle follows, and the processing mill awaits at the end of the line. All with the sole goal of getting the fruit processed in the shortest time possible. Because with olive oil, time is not just money. It is flavor, purity, and the value of the entire season's yield. Immediately upon leaving the field, the olives are not allowed to rest for even a minute. Speed becomes a life or death factor. If left too long in the bins, bearing the weight of their own mass, the fruit at the bottom will start to bruise and ferment, which means the entire batch of oil could lose its inherent purity. Therefore, specialized transport vehicles are always waiting near the harvesting area. The truck beds are designed to be ventilated, with thin walls and a slight incline to minimize pressure on the fruit. As the full bins are lifted and dumped into the truck, the short but most crucial journey begins, heading toward the processing mill. There, the olive's journey enters a new phase, much more precise and strictly controlled than out in the field. The bins of fruit are slowly poured onto a conveyor belt, allowing the fruit to spread out evenly without clumping. Right at the first receiving point, electronic eyes and workers on both sides quickly inspect and remove leaves, twigs, and lightly damaged fruit. Everything happens continuously, as if the flow of fruit is being purified the moment it hits the mill. Once past the initial sorting step, the fruit is led into washing tanks. Under gentle, clear, and steady streams of water, the thin layer of field dust is washed away. There are no harsh noises, no high pressure, simply a combination of water, incline, and soft movement, designed to avoid damaging the fruit's thin skin. In more modern facilities, the fruit is also passed through a quick centrifugal washing chamber, where high spin speeds remove the last grains of sand that are invisible to the naked eye. Every motion here serves a single purpose: keep the fruit clean, intact, and prevent any impurities from entering the crushing step. When the olives leave the washing chamber, they are no longer fruit in the true sense. At this stage, they become raw material, the material awaiting the most important transformation: crushing and mixing to release the oil droplets that have resided within the pulp all summer long. After being thoroughly washed, the olives enter the most significant phase of transformation, turning fruit into oil. This is not just a step on the assembly line. It's like the moment when all the hard work of the entire year, from soil preparation, tending each sapling, monitoring every season, finally converges. The olives are loaded onto a conveyor belt and flow steadily into the mill. The sound of steel gently meeting steel rings out regularly, a sound familiar to any veteran olive worker. Inside the machine, stainless steel rollers spin at a constant speed, crushing the pulp, skin, and pit into a fine, smooth paste. This is the only way to break down the cellular structure, releasing the tiny oil droplets that are invisible to the naked eye. If you stand close, you can smell the distinctive aroma of fresh olives, a green, clean, slightly pungent scent, a very Mediterranean flavor. But this aroma also serves as a reminder that the temperature must be kept absolutely low. Just a little too hot, and the oil will be immediately compromised. Therefore, the entire mill is designed to operate in a stable thermal environment, with sensors monitoring every minute. From the mill, the paste is slowly moved into large mixing tanks. This is the step of malaxation, a process that sounds simple, but is the heart of the entire cold press procedure. The paddles turn gently, smoothly, and almost silently, as if trying not to disturb the oil's delicate structure within the paste. For 20 to 40 minutes, the paste is kept below 80.60 circ text et f or 27 circ et text c dollars, allowing the small oil droplets to gather into larger ones. The stirring speed is not fast nor hurried. Every movement here has a reason. If mixed too quickly, the oil won't separate properly. If mixed too long, oxidation increases and the oil loses the freshness that defines extra virgin value. This is where technology and experience must blend. Machines monitor the parameters, while humans decide the perfect moment to move to the next step. Under the factory lights, the olive paste in the mixing tanks looks like it's breathing, thick, slightly warm, and moving steadily. The shape of the fruit is gone, but all the flavor, oil, and essence of the olive are still there, just waiting to be separated by powerful centrifugal force in the next step. This is the boundary between two worlds, from fruit to oil. And every drop of oil will bear the mark of these very moments of malaxation. When the mixing step concludes, the olive paste is moved into the most critical stage, oil separation. Just a slight deviation in temperature or time can strip away the purity that the entire season's work has created. From the mixing tanks, the paste flows through closed pipes to the separation area, where it is laid out in thin layers on filter discs. As hydraulic pressure is applied, the pale golden stream of oil begins to emerge, clear and carrying the characteristic fresh aroma. However, the final decision rests within the horizontal centrifugal chambers. Here, the shaft spins at thousands of revolutions per minute, forcing the heavier water and solids outward, retaining the lighter oil in the central collection pipe. The oil collected after this centrifuge is nearly complete, though still slightly warm and cloudy. Some mills opt for a second round of centrifugation to achieve maximum clarity. Looking at the stream of oil flowing out after separation, you can clearly see the transformation. From a thick paste to a smooth liquid, straw yellow or pale green depending on the varietal. Amidst the steady hum of the machinery and the oil reflecting the light, it is easy to see why the centrifugal separation step is considered the heart of the entire modern olive oil production process. Upon leaving the centrifuge, the olive oil is still slightly cloudy and carries tiny sediment particles that are hard to see. Therefore, the oil stream is directed to the filtration area, where it passes through fine membranes that remove the last remaining impurities. Every movement here is gentle and slow, as if the mill is trying not to disturb the purity just separated from the raw olive paste. Next, a sample of the oil is taken to the inspection room. Experts gently swirl the oil in a glass under the light, checking the color, assessing the aroma, and evaluating the freshness. Every scent, Every shade tells the story of the entire season, from the ripening fruit on the tree to the processing in the cold press line. When the parameters meet the standards, the oil is pumped into large stainless steel tanks. Within this silent space, the temperature is always maintained at a stable level, and light is restricted to prevent oxidation. The oil rests here until it is ready for the final stage, bottling and leaving the mill. When the olive oil leaves the storage tanks, it is in its purest state. From here, the journey shifts to another space, the packaging area. In the bright, sealed room, dark glass bottles glide smoothly on the conveyor belt, waiting to be filled with the golden green liquid that has just undergone a strict selection process. The automated filling system pours thin streams of oil, unhurried yet steady, ensuring every bottle contains the same amount of oil and the same absolute cleanliness. As the caps are sealed and the labels are affixed, each bottle of oil is like a complete record of the harvest. Every small symbol on the label, press date, region, oil type, is a milestone for the consumer to understand what they are holding. After passing the final check, the oil cartons are placed on pallets and loaded into refrigerated trucks, ready to leave the mill. From here, the olive oil will travel to supermarkets, restaurants, or markets thousands of miles away. And when the bottle is placed on the shelf, few realize the entire chain of process behind it, stretching from the field, through the mill, to this very moment. The price of olive oil comes not just from its flavor or fame, but from the complex journey that creates it. A tree takes many years to bear fruit. Each liter of oil requires many kilograms of fresh fruit, and the entire process must occur under strictly controlled conditions to retain the original flavor. Volatile weather, high machinery costs, and demanding quality requirements further make production expensive. Therefore, every bottle of olive oil always carries a value far beyond what you see on the shelf. If you enjoy exploring agricultural industrial processes like this, please continue to follow in the next videos. Every commodity has its own story, and every process has hidden technologies that make them astonishing. Please share this video to let more people know about this painstaking journey, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the latest content. Pears are a fruit that demands high sophistication in harvesting. Their skin is delicate, easily bruised. The stem is small and easily broken. Each pear ripens inconsistently. One tree is ready, the next needs 3 more days. This is precisely why, for over a century, humans have been the only viable option. Traditional methods still dominate the pear orchards of Oregon and Washington. Harvesters approach each tree, checking the color, from yellow to pale green, and gauging firmness with their fingertips. They then gently twist the fruit clockwise, no pulling, no harsh wrenching, to separate the stem from the branch without causing injury. Each pear is carefully placed into a canvas picking bag, worn across the torso, then gently poured into collection bins. Average speed, 150-200 pears per hour. Labor cost, 40 hour. Damage rate, under 2%. But technology is not standing still. Mobile conveyor systems have emerged over the last decade, a clever intermediate solution. The pickers still perform the most crucial actions, selecting and detaching the fruit. But instead of dropping it into a bag, they place it directly onto a conveyor belt running along the row of trees. The automated system transports the pears to the collection bin, reducing handling time by 40%. Speed increases to 250 to 300 fruits per hour. Workers bend over less. Productivity rises while quality is maintained. Immigrant workers play a pivotal role in maintaining the U.S.'s 355,000-ton cherry output. This number is more than a statistic. It is the result of millions of hours of labor under the Washington sun, where summer temperatures can reach 100 degrees Celsius, 38 degrees Celsius. In cherry orchards, these laborers perform highly precise work. Each cluster of cherries must be picked at the perfect time. Too early, they lack sweetness and color. Too late, the stems break easily, and shelf life drops significantly. They move quickly between rows, assessing ripeness by color and firmness, then deftly separating each cluster from the branch without dropping individual fruit. The picking bags are specially designed to reduce pressure on the shoulders and back, but after 8 to 10 hours of continuous work, the body is exhausted. But something is changing in these orchards. To cut labor costs, which account for up to 60% of total production expenses, many growers have deployed mechanical tree shakers. This system operates with striking efficiency. A hydraulic arm clamps the tree trunk, generating 30 oscillations per second for 5 to 7 seconds. The intensity of the vibration is precisely calculated to dislodge ripe fruit without damaging the branches. The result? Thousands of cherries rain down onto collection tarps simultaneously, then are automatically conveyed into bins. One machine can handle 100 trees per hour, the equivalent of 25-30 workers. The numbers speak for themselves. The cost of machine harvesting is only 1/3 that of manual labor. But there's a catch. The machine cannot distinguish between ripe and green fruit. Everything falls at once. This works for processing cherries, but does not meet the standards of the high-end fresh market, where every fruit must be perfect in color, size, and unblemished. This is why, even as machines become more prevalent, the human picker has yet to be entirely replaced. At least, not yet. California, with 45.8 million boxes of oranges in 2024, is the largest U.S. source of oranges. Most of the harvest is still done manually, a reality driven by economics more than tradition. Orange harvesting is relatively simple, technically. When the fruit is ripe, the picker simply twists and pulls gently to separate the stem. Some use homemade tools, plastic bottles attached to a pole with serrated grooves, to reach high fruit without a ladder. After picking, the oranges are placed into a canvas bag worn in front, then gradually transferred to large collection bins. Trucks drive directly into the grove for transport to the processing or packing facility. Most orange pickers are immigrant laborers, paid by the quantity harvested, $47 for every 1,000-pound bin of oranges. This might sound appealing, but let's look at the reality. To fill a 1,000-pound bin, a picker must harvest approximately 1,200 to 1,400 oranges. They climb ladders up and down hundreds of times, move continuously between rows, and work under the California sun, which can reach 100 degrees Celsius, 38 degrees Celsius. The average time to complete one bin is 2.5 to 3 hours for an experienced person. Simple math, 47 are 3 hours, $15.67 per hour. This is slightly below California's minimum wage, $16 in 2024, and only if that speed is maintained. If you are slower, due to heat, fatigue, or simply fewer fruit on the tree, the actual earnings drop. There is no fixed hourly wage, no insurance, no paid days off. And while these numbers are still debated, robotic harvesting machines are being trialed in many California orange groves. The projected cost, just 40% of manual labor. Moving away from the laden fruit orchards, we shift to the hay fields, where weather determines the success or failure of the entire crop. Hay is the primary feed for livestock throughout the winter, and its production is a race against time. Farmers operate cutting machines with rotating blades, cleanly slicing each layer of grass close to the ground. The cut grass is spread into long strips directly on the field, sun-drying for 3 to 5 days. The moisture content must drop from 70–80% to 15–18%. No more, no less. This is the most stressful period. An unexpected rainstorm can ruin the entire batch of hay, turning it into unusable, moldy feed. When the moisture level is reached, baling machines roll across the field, gathering and compressing the grass into neat, rectangular bales. Each bale weighs 400 to 600 kilo, $880–1,300 lbs. Trucks are loaded and transport the bales back to the farm, where they will feed the herd during the snowy months. Next is parsley, an herb with a harvesting cycle that differs from most other crops. To retain maximum freshness and aroma, many farms harvest parsley at night when temperatures are low and the crop is less susceptible to heat stress. At 2 a.m., across a 50-hectare field, the tractor lights tear through the night sky like streaks of light in a dark ocean. Workers move quietly between the rows, sharp, small knives cutting close to the base, the sound of the blades hitting the ground, audible in the silence. The scent of parsley permeates the cool air. They are paid $1.90 per bin, each containing 60 to 65 bunches. Average time, 45 to 60 minutes to complete one bin if you are experienced and work fast. $1.90 divided by 1 hour. Under the tractor lights, in the 54-degree, 12-degree C cold of the California desert night. To increase productivity, some farms have deployed semi-automatic harvesting machines. The tractor head pulls the parsley onto a conveyor belt, transferring it to a packing platform where workers process and arrange it. Efficiency increases by 30%, but human hands are still needed for the final finishing touches. And they still work at night, because during the day, the herbs wilt too quickly. Unlike other vegetables, bell peppers are still harvested entirely by hand, not due to a lack of technology, but because the quality standards leave no room for error. The pickers carefully examine the color and firmness of the skin, then gently twist the fruit off the stem. But here is the hard part. Each decision happens in 2 to 3 seconds. Too small? Discarded. Pest damage? Discarded. Slightly misshapen? Discarded. Not uniformly ripe enough? Discarded. The average rejection rate is 25 to 30% of the yield. For every 4 peppers inspected, 1 is left behind in the field, and the work doesn't stop for the weather. Even on drizzly days, or in humidity as high as 85%, the work continues. Ripe bell peppers do not wait. 7 to 10 days after reaching perfect color, they begin to soften. The harvest window is extremely narrow. Standard peppers are transported to the processing area, washed and carefully packaged. Zucchini is another crop that requires careful manual harvesting to ensure commercial quality. Farmers use sharp knives or clippers to cut each fruit from the vine, using a firm but gentle motion to avoid damaging the stem and the thin skin. This is a key factor in keeping the zucchini fresh and extending its post-harvest shelf life. Once cut, the zucchini is not placed on the ground, but transferred directly onto a conveyor system attached to a slow-moving machine that travels along the rows. This conveyor operates smoothly, delivering the fruit to collection bins at a steady pace, minimizing mechanical impact and loss. In more modern farms, assisted harvesting machines, are central to organizing labor. The machine carries rows of seats, allowing farmers to work in a stable position, reducing constant bending. After harvesting, each person places the zucchini into a plastic tray immediately in front of them, from which the fruit is then transferred onto the conveyor belt for transport to the sorting area. This setup helps maintain a steady work pace for many hours, significantly increasing productivity while preserving the uniformity and quality of each zucchini. Our next stop is the vast tomato farms of California, which produce over 11.97 million tons of fresh tomatoes annually for domestic and export markets. On many farms, harvesting is still done by hand, especially for fresh market tomatoes. Workers move along each row, observing the color, firmness, and size of the fruit before picking. Each tomato is carefully placed into a plastic bucket to avoid scratches and maintain its shape. This method is labor-intensive, but it allows for tight quality control, ensuring that only commercially acceptable fruits are collected. On an industrial scale, where tomatoes are primarily destined for processing, machine harvesting is favored to meet large production volumes in a short time frame. The machine head gently lifts the entire plant, separating the tomatoes from the vine using a precise shaking and cutting mechanism. The tomatoes are then moved onto an integrated conveyor system, where soil and debris are removed during transit. Ripe, standard quality fruits are poured directly into the collection bins of container trucks running in parallel. This closed-loop process reduces waste, saves labor, and ensures a continuous flow of tomatoes from the field to the processing plant in just a few hours. In California, olive harvesting has been highly mechanized to meet strict time and quality requirements. Tree shakers approach each olive tree, firmly gripping the trunk with specialized clamps and generating vertical oscillations for a few seconds. These vibrations are strong enough to dislodge ripe fruit, but carefully controlled to limit damage to the tree. Below the canopy, collection tarps are already deployed, spreading out like a large funnel to catch the falling olives, preventing them from touching the ground directly. Immediately after collection, the olives enter an integrated sorting chamber within the machine. Here, airflow and vibrating screens work together to separate leaves, small branches, and dirt from the fruit. Only the olives reaching the required cleanliness continue into the large collection bins. This seamless process shortens the time from harvest to transport, preserving olive quality and optimizing labor efficiency on large-scale farms. Leaving the US, our journey takes us to the abundant dragon fruit orchards of Vietnam, currently the world's largest dragon fruit exporter. In these sprawling fields, dragon fruit is grown in rows on concrete pillars, with branches extending in the distinctive tropical climate. Harvesting is carefully scheduled by farmers, often taking place in the early morning or late afternoon, when temperatures are lower and the sun is less intense. This timing helps limit the rapid water loss from the fruit's skin, a critical factor for maintaining freshness and commercial weight. Harvesters use sharp clippers to cut the stem of each fruit, acting precisely to avoid damaging the characteristic green ears of the dragon fruit. Once picked, each fruit is not carelessly stacked, but neatly arranged in collection baskets. This careful arrangement reduces impacts, limits scratches on the skin, and prevents ear breakage. Small defects that can significantly affect the selling price. The baskets of dragon fruit are quickly moved to a shaded area near the field, where temperatures are more stable, before being handed over to traders. This seemingly simple process reflects the long-standing experience of Vietnamese farmers in balancing harvest speed with quality preservation. Thanks to careful attention at every step, the dragon fruit maintains its attractive appearance, meeting the strict standards of international export markets. Next, we travel to Taiwan to observe rice harvesting in the flat fields, where mechanization has become the foundation of modern agricultural production. In most areas, a combine harvester handles the entire process in a single pass. As the machine enters the field, the front cutting bar operates steadily, slicing the rice stalks evenly at a precise height to minimize grain loss. The entire plant is then fed into the machine, where the threshing and winnowing systems begin continuous operation. Inside the processing chamber, the rice grains are separated from the stalks and chaff, then moved into an integrated storage tank on the machine. This process is enclosed, limiting exposure of the rice to external dirt and moisture. Meanwhile, the processed straw is blown out the back, spreading into a thin, even layer on the field surface, helping to return organic matter to the soil and preparing for subsequent cultivation steps. When the tank reaches maximum capacity, the grain unloading spout is activated to discharge the rice directly into a truck or collection bin parked near the edge of the field. All these steps occur in a matter of minutes, allowing the harvest to be continuous, precise, and timely, especially crucial during the short windows of the harvest season. And that is how farmers across various nations harvest our fruits and vegetables every day. Behind the familiar products in the supermarket are thousands of small decisions, a collaboration between human experience and modern technology, and the constant pressure of time, weather, and quality. Every harvest season doesn't just produce food, it reflects how global agriculture is adapting and evolving to feed billions of people. If you want to continue exploring the deeper stories behind each type of produce, let us know in the comments which crop you are interested in. And don't forget to watch the next video to join us on the continuing journey from the field to the table.